There's an old joke. Two elderly women are at a Catskill Mountain resort, and one of them says, "Boy, the food at this place is really terrible." The other one says, "Yeah, I know, and such small portions." Well, that's essentially how I feel about life. Full of loneliness and misery and suffering and unhappiness, and it's all over much too quickly. The other important joke for me is one that's usually attributed to Groucho Marx, but I think it appears originally in Freud's Wit and its Relation to the Unconscious. And it goes like this, I'm paraphrasing. I would never want to belong to any club that would have someone like me for a member. That's the key joke of my adult life in terms of my relationships with women.
I run a profitable dress company.
Boy, sometimes I wonder where my classmates are today.
I'm president of the Pincus Plumbing Company. I sell taluses. I used to be a heroin addict. Now I'm a methadone addict. I'm into leather.
Are you on television?
No. Yeah, once in a while, you know, in case...
What's your name?
You wouldn't know it. It doesn't matter. What's the difference?
You're on, the Johnny Carson, right?
Once in a while, you know, every
What's
now...
your name?
I'm Robert Redford.
Come on.
Albie Singer. It was nice. Thanks very much for everything.
Hey! What? This is Albie Singer.
Fellas, you know, Jesus.
This guy's on television. Albie Singer, right?
Give me a break.
Am I right?
Give me a break, Jesus.
This guy's on television.
I need the large polo mallet.
Who's on television? This guy on a Johnny Carson show.
Fellas, what is this, a meeting of the Teamsters?
What
You know,
program? Can I have your autograph?
You don't want my
No,
autograph.
I do. It's for my girlfriend. Take it out to Ralph.
Your girlfriend's name is Ralph?
It's for my brother. Albie Singer!
Really, Albie Singer, the TV
This is
star?
Albie Singer! Albie Singer over here!
Don't you see the rest of the country looks upon New York like we're left-wing communist, Jewish, homosexual pornographers? I think of us that way sometimes, and I live here.
Max, if we lived in California, we could play outdoors every day in the sun.
Sun is bad for you. Everything our parents said was good is bad. Sun, milk, red meat, college.
I know. I tell you, I mean, she's the one, and is she ever? I'm telling you.
So, did you do those photographs in there, or what?
Yeah, I sort of dabble around, you know.
They're wonderful. You know, they have a quality.
Well, I would like to take a serious photography course. And...
Photography is interesting because, you know, it's a new art form, and a set of aesthetic criteria have not emerged yet.
Aesthetic criteria? You mean whether it's a good photo or not?
The medium enters in as a condition of the art form itself.
Well, to me, I mean, it's all instinctive, you know. I mean, I just try to feel it, you know. I try to get a sense of it and not think about it so much.
Still, you need a set of aesthetic guidelines to put it in social perspective, I think.
Pretty serious stuff there.
Yeah, because I'm obsessed with death. I think it's a big subject with me. Yeah, I have a very pessimistic view of life. You should know this about me if we're going to go out. You know, I feel that life is divided up into the horrible and the miserable. Those are the two categories. You know, the horrible would be like I don't know, terminal cases. You know, and blind people, and cripples. I don't know how they get through life. It's amazing to me. You know, and the miserable is everyone else. That's so when you go through life, you should be thankful that you're miserable. Because you're very lucky to be miserable.
We went over to the swap meet. Annie, Graham, and I. Got some nice picture frames.
We really had a good time.
Anne tells us that you've...
Albie,
Hi, Dwayne. How's it going?
this is my room.
Oh, yeah? It's terrific.
Can I confess something? I tell you this because, as an artist, I think you'll understand. Sometimes when I'm driving on the road at night, I see two headlights coming toward me, fast, I have this sudden impulse to turn the wheel quickly, head on into the oncoming car. I can anticipate the explosion, the sound of shattering glass, the flames rising out of the flowing gasoline.
Right. Well, I have to go now, Dwayne, because I'm due back on the planet Earth.
Don't let it be so long now.
No.
Maybe.
And look up Uncle Briley,
Okay.
promise.
Oh, he is adorable.
Yeah. Do you think so, really?
We're going to take them to the airport now.
No, Dwayne can. I haven't finished my drink.
Yes, Dwayne is. I'll be right. Just a second. I have to get the...
You followed me. I can't believe it.
I didn't follow you.
You followed me.
Why? Because I was walking along a block behind you staring at you? That's not following.
Well, what is your definition of following?
Following is different. I was spying.
Do you realize how paranoid you are?
Paranoid. I'm looking at you. You got your arms around another guy.
That is the worst kind of paranoid.
Jesus. I didn't start out spying. I thought I'd surprise you, pick you up after school.
Yeah, well, you wanted to keep the relationship flexible. Remember, it's your
Stop
phrase.
it. You're having an affair with your college professor, that jerk that teaches that incredible crap course, Contemporary Crisis in Western Man.
Existential motifs in Russian literature. You're really close.
What's the difference? It's all mental masturbation.
Oh, well, now we're finally getting to a subject you know something about.
Hey, don't knock masturbation. It's sex with someone I love.
We're not having... Told her about how I didn't think you'd ever really take me seriously because you don't think that I'm smart enough.
Why do you always bring that up? Because I encourage you to take adult education courses? I think it's a wonderful thing. You meet wonderful, interesting professors. Adult education is such junk. The professors are so phony. How can you do it?
I don't care what you say about David. He's a perfectly
David,
fine
David,
teacher. And
David,
what are
I
you
can't
doing
believe this.
following me around for anyway?
What's following you and David?
Call
If you're-
this relationship quit.
That's fine. That's fine. That's great. Well, I don't know what I did wrong. I mean, I can't believe this. Somewhere she cooled off to me. Is it something that I did?
Never something you do. That's how people are. Love fades.
Love fades. God, that's a depressing thought. I have to ask you a question. Don't go any further. With your wife in bed, does she need some kind of artificial stimulation like marijuana?
We use a large vibrating egg.
A large vibrating egg. Well, I ask a psychopath, I get that kind of an answer. Jesus, here, you look like a very happy couple. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah? So how do you account for it?
I'm very shallow and empty, and I have no ideas and nothing interesting to say.
And I'm exactly the same way.
I see. Well, that's very interesting. So you've managed to work out something, huh?
Right.
Oh, well, thanks very much for talking to me. You know, even as a kid, I always went for the wrong women. I think that's my problem. When my mother told... What's the matter? What, you wanted to go to that party?
I don't know. I thought it might be kind of fun. You know, I mean, it would be nice to meet some new people.
I'm just not, I don't think I could take a mellow because I don't respond well to mellow. I mean, I have a tendency to, if I get too mellow, I ripen and then rot, and it's not good for my...
All right. So you don't want to go to the party, so what do you want to do?
Kriegshetzer und Pariser Plutokraten wollten die Koffer voller Goldbarren und Edelsteine mit diesem...
If only I didn't feel guilty asking Annie to move out. It'd probably wreck her. But I should be honest.
Alfie? Let's face it, I don't think our relationship is working.
I know. A relationship, I think, is like a shark. It has to constantly move forward or it dies. And I think what we got on our hands is a dead shark. It was just knowing her. And I thought of that old joke, this guy goes to a psychiatrist and says, Doc, my brother's crazy. He thinks he's a chicken. And the doctor says, well, why don't you turn him in? And the guy says, I would, but I need the eggs. Well, I guess that's pretty much now how I feel about relationships. They're totally irrational and crazy and absurd. But I guess we keep going through it because most of us need the eggs.
You